Right, this is your regular panel with circuit breakers and stuff, and we're able to deduct by this label here that the pool pump is on number 24, which is this breaker right here. And this breaker, we traced it out, and it goes into this timer thing, and I had no idea what this thing was at first, but through deduction we were able to actually figure out that this is the actual pool timer. So the pump wasn't working for a while. There was no power at the electrical outlet. The landlord had an electrician come out, and the electrician told them that they have to run a whole new line. I came in here and I kind of studied this thing for a little bit, and it turns out that all we had to do was flip this switch, and that turns power to the outlet that's outside for the pump. And these little knobs here labeled on and off actually turn the pump on and off as the clock spins, right? So these were not on here, so I had to add these on here, and now the pool is on a timer. Ready? All right, so here's the pool pump along with the filter. And we're going to do a video soon on this setup and how we figured it out, and also on a little repair we're going to have to do. This morning I went to switch the diverter valve and the handle broke, so I'm going to do a video on fixing that pretty soon when we decide how we're going to do that. But it turns out this is just a regular cartridge filter. We thought maybe a couple different things after going to the store and asking them. There were a couple different options that we had, and through trial and error, and actually just reading this front label right here, we're able to figure out it's a cartridge filter, what kind of cartridge filter. We also had to change the O-ring around the filter to get this whole working. So it's been a bit of a nightmare trying to figure this out, but we got it, so everything's working good now. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some soda ash. So what we need to do is add 3 pounds of soda ash to our pool right now to, I believe, adjust the pH levels. I think that's what soda ash does, if I recall correctly. So what we did is we took a sample of the water, we took it to Leslie's Pool Supply, they put it in a spinny thingy. The spinny thingy popped out a bunch of numbers, and the guy told us what to buy and what to put in. Right here. And I think this is... So this is a 10-pound bucket, and we need to add 3 pounds. So I have my trusty little food scale right there. And I think my bucket's in here. I got a bucket in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 pounds in here. Then we're going to pull some pool water in the bucket, slosh it around, and then we'll dump it in the pool. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that your pump runs for 4 hours at least before you do anything else after adding this. Put this on here. We're going to hit the tare button so we're on 0. And you do want to be very careful with pool chemicals. You don't really want any of this stuff. You don't want to breathe it in. You don't want it on your hands or anything like that. So just be careful, be mindful. Okay, and this is in ounces, so we need to figure out the pounds. And I can never remember, it's 16 ounces per pound?
Yeah.
Milliliters, grams, pounds. Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easier, doesn't it? Okay, so we're at 1.5 pounds. So let's add a little more. So now I'm just gonna fill the bucket partially. Dissolve as much of this as I can in the bucket. Right, as you can see, it's pretty solid in there. So you want to make sure we dissolve it a little bit. We don't want to just dump it in the pool in one spot. So now I'm just gonna do it right here. And my return is right there, so it's gonna push this out throughout the pool. But I'm still gonna walk and spread it out so it's not all in one spot. You don't want to damage part of your pool or stain it or anything like that. So you want to make sure whenever you're adding chemicals, they're spread as evenly throughout your pool. And like I said, we have our pump running right now. It's also pushing everything around. After this, we're going to wait 4 hours, then we're going to add some liquid chlorine shock because we are very low on chlorine. And like I said, it's been a long, long trial with lots of issues. After the last time we added chlorine, we added way too much. And then I'm not sure if it was during the changing of the filter or something else, but we lost about 1/3 of the water from the pool, so we're back to not enough chlorine now. So luckily we were able to do a little bit of swimming today because the levels are in the safe range, but we still need to adjust them, so that's what we're doing right now. Alright, so what we're left is with some solid chunks over here. We don't want these going in the pool, so I'm going to try and find something to break this up with, and then we'll dump the rest of it in, because if we just throw this in the pool, it's going to sink to the bottom and it'll stain or maybe damage the liner, so we definitely don't want any of that. So we're just going to make sure to dilute as much as we can, and then we'll make sure to break up these chunks, and then we'll put the rest in. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Hey, cutie, what you doing?